Good day, everyone, and welcome back to APP 002, English for Academic and Professional Purposes. Today in our APP 002, we will be having module number 15. It's all about identifying the parts of a position paper. The following are our lesson objectives. First, identify the parts of a position paper, and then the last will be provide examples for each parts of the position paper. Now, do you have any idea about what is a position paper? A position paper is an essay which aims to present an arguable opinion about a certain issue. It is an academic paper which shows the stand of the author in an argument. Like in a debate, a position paper presents one side of an arguable opinion about an issue. The goal of a position paper is to convince the audience that your opinion is valid and defensible. An author who writes a position paper is making an argument which has to be built upon evidence. The structure used to do this is very similar to that being used when writing a critical essay. A position paper is an evidence-based opinion about an issue. The purpose of a position paper is to generate support on an issue. It describes the author's position on an issue and the rationale for that position. It is also based on facts that provides a solid foundation for the author's argument. It is a critical examination of a position using facts and inductive reasoning, while addresses both strengths and weaknesses of the author's opinion. Now, why do we write position papers? First, to help readers understand someone's view about a certain issue. Second, to convince the audience that your opinion is valid and defensible. And then the last will be to generate support on an issue through strong and valid assertions. Remember that a position paper presents an arguable opinion about a topic. The goal of a position paper is to convince the audience that your opinion is valid and worth listening to. It is very important to ensure that you are addressing key components of the issue and presenting it in a manner that is easy for your audience to understand. It is also important to support your argument with evidence to ensure the validity of your claims, as well as to address the main counterclaims to show that you are well informed about both sides. Now let's talk about the parts of position paper. Usually, a position paper consists of 5 parts, namely issue, thesis, reasons, support, and counter argument. Now let's talk about these parts one by one. First, we have issue. This is also called as controversy. Usually, a topic will be an issue if people have different views about it. Issues that may be effectively used for a position paper may include the following: social issues, educational issues, media, relationships, war and peace, environmental issues, and of course, politics. Next, we have thesis. This is a statement that summarizes your topic and declares your position on it. This sentence can tell a reader whether your essay is something they want to read. This is also called as your claim. Your thesis statement should be specific. It should cover only what you will discuss in your paper and should be supported with specific evidence. We have 2 categories of thesis statements. First, we have informative thesis. It is used if you want to declare your intentions in the essay and guide the reader to the conclusion that you reach. It is usually used when writing an informative essay. Next, we have persuasive thesis. Thesis statements that take position and argue it. It usually contains an opinion and the reason why your opinion is true. Next, we have reasons. This part pertains to your arguments. State the reason in order to explain to the reader why your position is logical, acceptable, and believable. Remember that a position paper seeks to persuade readers to have the same position on an issue as the writer does. Therefore, it's important for the writer to state the reasons in order to explain to the reader why his or her opinion or position is logical, acceptable, and believable. Next is support. Support is simply defined as evidences or ideas to substantiate the reasons. Now, supporting evidences may include the following. It could include factual knowledge, statistical inferences, informed opinion, or maybe personal testimony. There are different types of support. First, we have facts. This may include figures and the writer's own observations or reports from scholarly studies. Next, we have comparisons. Basically, when we talk about comparisons, it deals with similarities or differentiation between two ideas, concepts, or situations. And the last will be opinions. It includes the writer's feelings or generalizations. And the last part is counter-argument. It is an argument opposed to your thesis or part of your thesis. It expresses the view of a person who disagrees with your position. One way to strengthen your argument and show that you have a deep understanding of the issue you are discussing is to anticipate and address counter-arguments or objections. By considering what someone who disagrees with your position might have to say about your argument, you show that you have thought things through, and you dispose of some of the reasons your audience might have for not accepting your argument. Now, here are tips on how to write an effective position paper. First, you need to decide on a topic. Second, write your position idea. Third, gather your sources. And then fourth, decide what sort of claim you are writing. Fifth, do pre-writing about your audience. Sixth, you need to outline. Seventh, write your paper. Eighth, do peer editing or peer evaluating. And then ninth, or the last one, will be revise your draft. Now take a look at the sample outline for position paper.